John Eats Cheap doing a favorite of Mrs. Cheap and I. We love garlic cheese bread. And you know what? You go to almost any restaurant that's, not fancy, they have it on the menu, and we always like to try it. And they're always good for the most part. We were in West Virginia, Logan, West Virginia, Giovanni's Pizza. Had to try the garlic cheese bread, and it was good as usual. So we like ours kind of like the restaurants do it. I mean, a lot of people may say, oh, that's not how you do garlic cheese bread. We did have a question on TikTok that said, how do you do garlic cheese bread? This is how we do it. This is a loaf. This is Walmart, big old French loaf, $1, fresh baked. I'm just gonna cut the end off, and then I'm just gonna make, for Mrs. Cheap and I'll do 4.
Is that enough?
About 1 inch thick. Oh, that'll be enough because we're having other stuff too.
Okay.
If it's not, I will make you more. So there we go. There's our 4 slices. Now the key to really good garlic cheese bread is a lot of butter. And I'm not talking margarine or crock or any of that stuff. Here's what we do. First thing, load it up with butter. And a lot. So we're just going to spread that on there. You can do melted if you want, but this is softened. And we want a lot on there. That's probably, it's at least a tablespoon per slice, because it'll melt down in there and soak it up. I'm probably going to add a little bit to this because I don't know if that's enough. And as I said, it needs to be real butter. I realize at the restaurants it probably isn't. And that's okay, it still tastes okay.
But real butter's better.
Real butter is much better. So load it up like that. I might as well cook this little guy too. He'll get half as much butter because he's smaller. Now, most restaurants, I'm gonna add a little bit more to these because that's a lot of bread to soak up that butter, and you really need that. Now most places, I'm pretty sure now I've never worked in a restaurant that did garlic bread, but I think most of them probably use garlic salt because it has a little bit, garlic bread with that little extra salt, that's kind of nice, I like that. So I do my mix because we're gonna do a teaspoon of granulated garlic. So that's like garlic powder. And then I'm going to do half a teaspoon of garlic salt. It gives that little saltiness, and that's really good with garlic bread, especially if it's grilled. So I do a little bit of garlic salt in there, half a teaspoon, and then I got some Italian seasoning just for a little bit of that Italian herb flavor, some oregano and stuff. So I'm going to do half a teaspoon of that as well. Good flavors from Graziano's Italian Grocery. They're like 120 years in the business. They know what they're doing, so I trust them for mixing their spices. I'm just going to mix that up and sprinkle it on liberally.
Tilt it up here so they can see. I'm a little under the weather, so I'm not moving around.
Weather, so there you go. That's all good flavor. I can smell it. I can smell the garlic from here. And you could put minced garlic in there if you want. We just really like it. This is one of the few things that we say, we like it like the restaurants do it. That's kind of what we're used to and what we like. So that's how we do it at home. You don't usually get real minced garlic in your garlic bread, or in this case, garlic cheese bread. So there's all my seasoning on there. Now I've got some I shredded some mozzarella, so we're gonna put that on there as well. Oven's preheating to 400. And this is gonna be some garlicky, cheesy goodness right here. Oh, even the little guy. And I got some extra, so I'm gonna throw it on because I got nothing to save this stuff for. you shred it. You know, I noticed since I started shredding my own cheese, when you shred it yourself, it doesn't last much more than a week because there's no preservatives in it like there is in the pre-shredded stuff. So you shred it, you use it. These are going in the oven. Here we go. 400 degrees till they're done. So there we go. That's the garlic cheese bread, restaurant style with Johnny's Cheap. And look at that. The butter soaks all the way through to the bottom. That's a good thing. We're just going to cut it. It's right out of the oven, so it's very hot. And there we go. I'll taste test it. It's garlicky, cheesy, and buttery. And look, we have protein. I made a couple of brats for Mrs. Cheap and I to have just for some meat.
It's an international dinner.
Yeah. Thanks for watching Johnny's Cheap. Follow us TikTok too. Also Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. Thanks for watching. Give us a like and a share. John Eats Cheap.